Hey guys, this is the heated hip strength and mobility class. We're going to start in a seated position today. So come to a comfortable seat either on your hips, crisscross applesauce, or you can sit on your heels like I am. Ground your hands down on something, whether it's the tops of your thighs or maybe you like to stack the backs of your palms in your lap. Bring your eyes to close. Sit up tall, energy coming out through the crown of the head. And start to breathe in and out through the nose. Lengthen your breaths. Bring your inhales and your exhales to the same length or close to the same length. Take 5 more rounds of breath. And bring something to mind that you'd like to devote this next few minutes of practice to. Be a person or a goal, anything that you would like to set an intention for. At the end of your 5th round of breath, come over into hands and knees. Stack your wrists underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. Spread your fingers out wide. Have a strong base. On an inhale, drop your belly down towards the floor. Open your chest towards the front of your mat. Exhale, round the spine. Tuck the hips, tuck the chin. Inhale, drop the belly. Open the chest. Exhale, round the spine. Take one more round, belly down, chest open. Exhale, tuck everything in. Come back to neutral. Your next breath in, take your toes to the back of your mat, lengthen the right leg, press out through the heel, shift your weight back, maybe the left knee lifts. Exhale, shift forward. Inhale, shift back. Exhale, shift forward. Take one more breath in and out. Option to take your right toes off the mat. Inhale. Exhale, step your right foot through between your hands. Take a little bit of a wider stance here. Ground your right hand on top of your right knee. Your left hand can come to the floor or to a block. Start to make circles with the right knee. Shifting the hips forward and back. You can get as yummy as you want in this one. Reverse the direction of your circle. And take one more round. Come back to center. Heel toe that right foot back in front of its hip. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, both hands down. You can move your prop out of the way, step your right knee back to meet your left. Inhale, take your left toes to the back of the mat, press out through the heel, feel length in the back of the leg. Maybe the right knee lifts. Exhale, back to neutral. Inhale, shift it back. Exhale, back to neutral. Inhale, shift it back. Exhale, back to neutral. Lift the left toes off the mat. Inhale. Exhale, left foot to the top of the mat. Take that left foot out a little wider. Bring your block underneath your right hand. Left hand comes to the top of the left thigh. Start to make circles with that left knee. Reverse. One more round. And come back to center. You can move that block off to the side. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, both hands come down. Step your left knee back to meet your right. Plant your palms at the top of your mat. Gaze forward off your mat. Breathe in. Exhale, lower your chest and belly down to the mat. Keep your elbows in close towards the rib cage. Untuck your toes. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, send your hips back to child's pose. Take 3 rounds of breath. Lift back up into hands and knees. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, down dog. Start to pedal the feet out, bend the knees, sway in the hips. Feel length in the spine. Press into the base knuckle of your thumb and your pointer finger. Bring some weight out of your wrists. Inhale, rise up on your tippy toes. Exhale, look forward, walk your toes to meet your hands. Forward fold at the top of your mat. Take your feet wide. Let the top half of your body hang heavy. Drop your hands back down to meet the mat. Left fingertips plant. Deep bend in your left knee. Right fingertips up towards the sky. The right leg is working towards straight. Take a breath. Exhale, right hand down. Switch it out. Deep bend in your right knee. Left fingertips up towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale, both hands down, forward fold. Heels for the feet, underneath the hips. Big toes can touch, but leave a little bit of space in between the heels. On your next breath in, half lift, gaze forward with a long spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, start to rise up. Reach up towards the sky. Exhale, cactus your arms. Inhale, reach. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold down. Plant your hands, step both feet back. Option to keep your knees lifted or lower them down. On an exhale, chest and belly down towards the mat. Untuck your toes. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, down dog. 5 rounds of breath this time, in and out through the nose. Feel length in the spine, gazing back at your toes. Inhale your right foot into the air behind you. Exhale, shift your knee forward, knee to nose, and then step your right foot to the top of the mat. Wing your arms back for stability. Inhale your arms up for lunge. Think about drawing your right hip back. Your left hip comes forward to line up with the right. Take a breath. Exhale, both hands come down. Step your left foot forward, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold back down. Plant your hands, step your right foot way back. Take a deep bend in your left knee. Inhale your arms up for lunge. Think about drawing your left hip back. Both hip points square to the top of the mat. Breathe in. Exhale, both hands come down. Step your left foot back, vinyasa. Chaturanga, exhale down to the mat. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, down dog. 3 rounds of breath. Inhale your right foot into the air behind you. Exhale, knee towards your nose. Step your right foot to the top of the mat. Step your left foot up just 1 step. Plant your left heel down. Deep bend in your right knee. Lift your torso up for Warrior One. Warrior One, both hip points are square towards the front of the mat. Arms are straight up. Take a breath. Exhale. Start to open your hips out. You might like to widen your stance. Parallel the arms for Warrior Two. Gazes over the right hand. Check to make sure shoulders or stacked above the hips. If you find that you're leaning forward, bring yourself back. Take a breath in. Exhale, drop your left hand down, reach up towards the sky with your right. Keep that bend in your front knee. Inhale. Exhale, both hands come down. Step your left foot up, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, rise up, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. This time, step your right foot back. Plant that right heel down, deep bend in your left knee. Inhale, arms up. Warrior one, both hip points are facing the front of the mat. Bring your belly button in towards the spine. Spine is up tall. Inhale. Exhale, open that hip out. Maybe widen your stance. Warrior two. Breathe in. Exhale, drop your right hand down, reach up towards the sky with your left. Inhale. Exhale, both hands down. Step your left foot back, vinyasa. Take 3 rounds of breath. Start to walk your hands back to meet your feet. Fold at the back of your mat. Start to roll all the way up to standing. Bring your feet underneath your hips. Inhale your left knee in towards the chest. Hug it in. Take your left hand to your left knee. Open your hip out. Inhale that left knee back into center. Take the right hand to the left knee, left fingertips to the back of the mat. Twist. Inhale back to center. Exhale, cross the left ankle over the right foot. Forward fold. Hang out here for just a minute. Your knees will want to bend in this fold. Let them. Shake your head side to side. Release some tension out of your neck. Slowly start to roll back up to standing. So with our legs crossed, we're basically in eagle legs already, right? So bring your hands to heart center, start to sink your hips down. You can cross that left knee over the right and tiptoe that left big toe, right? Or you can go for a full bind. Try to keep your hips square to the front of the mat. Breathe in. Exhale. Inhale, start to stand back up. Bring that left knee back in towards the chest. Open that hip up. Take the left ankle to the top of the right knee. Hands back to heart center. Sit back down. Keep the left foot flexed. Breathe in. And out. One more breath. Exhale, take the left ankle wide. Forward fold. Nice job. Heel toe your feet back towards one another for round 2. Start to roll back up to standing. Take your hands to heart center. Inhale your right knee into your chest. Flex your right foot. Make sure you're standing up tall out of that left hip. Take your right hand to your knee. Open your hip up. Breathe in. Exhale back to center. Take the left hand to the knee. Right fingertips to the back of the mat. Take a twist. Inhale back to center. Exhale, cross the right ankle over the left. Forward fold. Hang out here. Let those knees bend. Shake the neck out. Start to roll back up. Again, basically an eagle leg, so start to sink the hips down. Right knee crosses over left. Hips stay square to the front of the mat. Inhale, start to rise back up. Bring that right knee back in towards the chest. Take the right ankle over top the left knee, sink back down. Try to keep your spine long here. All right, you can go down as long as you feel stable. You can come down as low as you'd like. Maybe the hands reach a block or the floor. Maybe those right toes wrap around the left bicep. Keep breathing. Inhale, start to rise back up. Take the right foot wide, forward fold. Heel toe the feet back underneath the hips. Walk the hands back to the front of the mat. Down dog. Inhale your right foot into the air. Exhale, knee towards your nose. Step your right foot to the top of the mat. Spin your left heel down. Take your right elbow to the top of the right thigh. Left fingertips to the front top corner of the room. So there's one long line of energy from your left fingertips all the way out through the blade edge of that left foot. Take a breath. Exhale, straighten that right leg. Take your right hand to the shin or to a block. Left fingertips straight up. Spine is still long here. Triangle. Breathe in and out. Inhale. Exhale, bring both hands down to the inside of that left foot. The right foot. Start to walk the hands around to the center of the mat. Turn your toes all to face the same way. Bring your heels inward and sink your hips down. Goddess pose. Your hands can rest on the tops of your thighs. Arms are long, spine is long. Take a breath. Exhale, dip your right shoulder down. Take a twist. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, dip your left shoulder down. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Inhale to center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, back to center. Extend your arms, straighten your legs up tall, star pose. Exhale, forward fold. Take your toes inward, press your heels outward. Wide legs. Inhale, half lift. With your hands to your hips with a long spine. Exhale, hinge into the left knee. Turn your left toes out to about 45 degrees. Right leg stays straight. Skandasana, back of the mat. You can rest your left forearm on top of that thigh. You can sink all the way down as long as your spine stays long. Take a breath. Exhale, the right hand plants to the inside of the left foot, back of the mat. Keep your hips lifted. Reach your left fingertips towards the sky. A little twist. Exhale, that left hand comes down. So now we're facing the back of the mat. Step your right foot up halfway. Lengthen the spine, hands to the hips. Breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. Both legs are straight here, pyramid pose. You can plant your right hand down on a block or maybe fingertips to the floor. Reach your left fingertips straight out towards that left wall. Okay? If you have the ability, you have the mobility in your shoulders, maybe the left fingertips up towards the sky. Gaze lift is optional. Breathe in. Exhale, bring your left hand down. Step your right foot up to meet the left. forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Step your hands to the mat, step your feet back, vinyasa. Take 3 rounds of breath and down dog. Inhale your left foot into the air. Exhale, step your left foot forward. Spin your right heel down. Left elbow lands on the top of the left thigh, side angle. Breathe in and out. Start to straighten that left leg. Plant your left hand down onto a block or the shin, right fingertips straight up. Shoulders are stacked. Both legs straight. Breathe in and out. Bring both hands down to the inside of that left foot. Walk your hands back around to the center of the mat for a wide leg forward fold. Take 3 rounds of breath here. Start to walk your hands back around. Frame your right foot. Step your left foot up halfway. Plant both heels down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold down. Pyramid pose. The hands don't quite touch the mat. A block underneath the hands to lift the floor up to you works too. You can always leave hands on the hips. Take 1 more round of breath here. Exhale. Step the left fingertips to the inside of that right foot. Reach the right fingertips towards that right side wall. If we have the mobility, right fingertips up towards the sky work as well. Both legs stay straight here. Take 1 more breath. Exhale, bring your right hand back down. Step your left foot forward, fold at the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, rise up, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, fold down. Take your feet as wide as the mat. Take your toes off, but leave your heels on so your heels are in closer. Drop your seat all the way down. Lift your chest up for Malasana. If you have a yoga block, you need to bring that floor up to you for stability. Come to sit on the block. If you don't have a yoga block, you can also come down to sit on the mat and step your feet forward a little bit. Keep your chest forward, reaching towards the front of the mat and your spine long. You can still get a hip stretch here. Take 1 more breath in your squat. Exhale, everyone come down to sit on the mat. Bring your feet hip distance apart. Start to lean back to that sweet spot that you can balance on. Reach your arms forward. Maybe you come up onto the tippy toes here for boat pose. Maybe both feet lift off the mat. Keep your chest pulling towards your knees as your knees pull towards your chest. Keep your spine long, reaching up towards the sky. Keep your thighs pulling in towards one another. Take 2 more rounds of breath. Exhale, everything comes down. Take your feet wide, your hands plant behind your hips, windshield wiper the knees. back forward. Take your right shin parallel to the top of the mat. And the inside of your left thigh and your left knee down towards the mat. Right? So we have this stag leg or this pinwheel shape that we're making. If your left hip doesn't reach the mat anymore, that's okay. Right? Take your left hand to the left hip. Inhale, press the left hip forward so you're twisting. Exhale, press the left hip back down towards the mat. Inhale, lift the hip. Exhale, back down. Take one more round. Inhale, lift that left hip and twist. Exhale, left hip back down. So take the left foot all the way to the back of the mat. Square both hips down towards the floor, setting up for pigeon pose. Before you get comfy and start to fold over, tent your fingertips wide to the outside edges of your mat. Inhale, lift your chest. Then exhale, walk your hands forward, fold over. You can come onto your forearms or maybe completely down. Right? Another option is forearms to a block as well. Take a moment to start to slow down, wind down. Connect with the breath if you realize you've lost it. If you want something deeper than this pigeon, come back into your hands for the next few breaths. Bring some weight into that left hand. Reach towards the back of the room with the right. Maybe you catch the foot. Right? If you do, see if you can square your shoulders back down towards the mat and pull your heel in close. Big quad stretch here. Right? Try to keep length in the spine. Breathe in. Exhale, slowly release that back foot. No slingshots. So now we're going to slide that left leg forward towards the top of the mat. The right foot will end up to the inside of that left leg. Flex your left foot. Lengthen the spine. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Janu Sirsasana. Start to walk the hands back upright. Take both legs, extend them out wide. Right. Heels are down on the mat. Flex both feet. Right. Both legs are engaged. Right. Lengthen through the spine. Inhale. Exhale. Start to walk your hands forward. Fold. Walk your hands back in. Take both feet back to the front of the mat. Take your left shin, square it parallel to the top of the mat. Stag legs or that pinwheel shape again, so your right thigh, your right knee will turn inward. Right hand to your right hip. Inhale, lift your right hip and twist. Exhale, back down. Inhale, lift the hip. Exhale, back down. Inhale one more time. Exhale that right hip back down. Take the right foot all the way to the back of the mat. Set up for pigeon on the left side. Before you fold over, tent your fingertips, lengthen the spine, find lots of space. Exhale, fold down. And if in your pigeon pose you find that both hips aren't exactly square with one another and you have space underneath that left hip now. You can bring something underneath of it, like a block or a blanket or a pillow or anything. Just fill up that space. If you want something a little bit deeper, come back into your hands for the next few breaths. Bring some weight into that right hand. Reach back with your left, big twist. Maybe you find the foot. If you do, square your shoulders back, flip that grip, and bring your right heel in close towards the glutes. Big quad stretch. Try to keep length in the spine. Slowly start to release that foot. Come to sit onto that left hip. Bring your right foot just in front of the left hip. So your left foot will come to the inside edge of the right leg. Right foot is still flexed. Breathe in, spine is up tall. Exhale, forward fold, Janu Sirsasana. Start to walk the hands back in. Extend both legs towards the top of the mat. Hug your right knee back in towards your chest. Option to cross the right foot over the left leg, keeping that left foot flexed. Left arm wraps around that right knee. Right fingertips plant behind your hips. Keep your spine up tall as you twist. Come back around to center. Take the left ankle underneath the right knee. So knees and ankles are stacked now. Again, if you have space underneath that right knee, which is on top, fill it up with something like a pillow or a block. Keep both feet flexed here. Spine is long. You can stay right here if this is enough for you and your hips, or you might start to fold over. Start to walk your hands back, removing that block. Switch your legs out, take the right foot forward, hug the left knee in. Option to cross that right foot over. Big hug with your right arm, left hand plants behind you for the twist. With every inhale, keep your spine reaching up tall. Every exhale, maybe you find a little bit of a deeper twist. Keep the right foot flexed. And come back to center. Take the right ankle to stack underneath the left knee this time. Left ankle on top of the right. If you have space underneath that left knee, which is on top, then you'll put a block or a pillow under it. Just fill that space up. So both shins here in double pigeon are parallel to the top of the mat. So we want to keep both feet flexed. Again, you can stay right here, or maybe you forward fold. Just make sure that if you fold, both hips stay planted on the mat. Start to lift yourself back upright. Remove any props that you used. Take both feet to touch. Soles of the feet touch. Open the knees out wide. Make a diamond shape with the legs. And then start to walk your heels in really close. Okay? You can hinge at the elbows. Give yourself a little self-assist here on the insides of the legs. And then palms are wrapping around the feet or the ankles. Lengthen the spine. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, think about reaching your chest towards your feet. And once you meet your edge, then tuck your chin. Start to lift yourself back up. Take your feet forward towards the top of the mat. Make a bigger diamond shape with your legs. And then just let your whole top body relax over around the spine, not holding on to anything at all. Start to rock yourself, roll yourself back up to seated. Hug your knees back in, curl the spine over, reach forward, and slowly start to roll down onto your back. So at the beginning of class, I forgot to tell you that you would need a strap or a belt or a scarf or anything at all that would help your hands reach your toes. So take a few seconds to go find one of those things and meet me back on the mat on your back. So once you have your belt or your strap, both knees are bent. Take your right knee in towards your chest. Maybe give it some love, hug it in, do some circles, reverse. And then extend that right foot up towards the sky after you have the strap around the bottom of the foot. So if you're still working towards straightening this right leg, you work towards inhales, maybe hug the knee in, exhales, extend through that right heel. The leg is pretty straight, you feel good about how this feels. Slide your hands all the way back down to meet the strap and just breathe here. Think about inhales, bringing your toes back towards your face. Maybe you give yourself a little self-assist. Exhale back to neutral. Right? Move with your own breath. Take about 3 rounds. Take both straps, both sides of your strap into your right hand. Keep your foot flexed. Start to open that right foot out towards the right side of your mat. Let your elbow be your kickstand and let that strap do all the work. Left hand can extend out into a half T shape. You can use that bent left knee as a counterbalance. The aim here isn't to get the right foot to the floor, it's just to feel a little bit of hamstrings, a little bit of inner hip stretch. On your next breath in, take that right foot back up through center, cross it over just a quarter of the way, switch hands with the strap. IT band here. You can cross the right knee over the left. Get rid of the strap for now. Drop your knees over into a twist. Knees drop to the left side. This twist is too much on the low back with the knees bound together. Simply unbind the knees and stack them. Inhale your knees back through center. Hug the left knee in towards your chest. Give it some love, maybe make circles. And strap around the bottom of your left foot. Send the left foot up towards the sky. Choose your own adventure here. If you're working towards a more straighter leg, maybe you inhale, knee into chest, exhale, work towards pressing that heel closer towards the sky. If your leg feels pretty good and straight here, flex the left toes back towards your face, slide your hands all the way down so that your shoulders, back of the head, elbows relax down onto the mat. Inhales work towards pulling the toes closer towards the face. Exhale back to center. Take 3 rounds. Take the strap into that left hand, right fingertips reach into a half T. Open that left hip, that left foot out towards the left side. Keeping the left foot flexed. Use that left elbow. Saying a lot of lefts here as a kickstand. Your right knee as a counterbalance. Inhale that that left foot back up through center. Cross it over a quarter of the way. Hand switches into, the strap switches into the right hand. Right. Left foot stays flexed. And then get rid of the strap, Cross the left knee over the right, drop your knees over into a twist. Take the knees back up through center. Uncross the legs, hug both knees in towards the chest. Reach in between the knees, grab the outside edges of the feet or maybe peace fingers around the big toes. When you do this, your shoulders and your head curl up. See if you can relax everything back down. If your feet feel really far away today, bring your hands to the backs of your legs just behind your knees. Happy baby. You can rock and roll here if you'd like. You can play with extending one leg while hugging the opposite heel in. You can see what happens when you try to straighten both legs but keep the bind. Bring both feet back down to meet the mat. Walk your feet in as close to your hips as you can get them. Right? Hips in line with knees, in line with ankles. Bring your palms down next to your hips. On an inhale, lift your hips up towards the sky. Keep the back of your head pressing down into the mat and your chin lifted from your chest. On an exhale, start to curl the spine down one vertebrae at a time. You want to tuck the pelvis. It's the last thing that meets the mat. On your next breath in, curl back the opposite way. So tuck the pelvis to lift the hips. Then one vertebrae at a time. Move with your breath. Exhale will bring you back down towards the mat. Inhale. Roll back up. Exhale, come all the way back down. Take both feet to the corners of the mat. If there's anything you feel like you're missing from your practice today, feel free to take any poses before you make your way into your favorite Shavasana shape. Thank you, yogis, for joining me for heated hip strength. Well, I guess it's not heated right now. It could be if your house is heated. Enjoy your next 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, however long you want your Shavasana to be. Namaste.